Okay. So I'm not going to do prayer team on Tuesday, this Tuesday. I'm going to wait for a while. And we'll talk about it after. But my question is, do you really need meetings once a month? I liked it.
Love them.
Good. Okay. That's all there is to it.
Connectedness is
Yeah.
so amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got it.
And just, I'm going to be in class, but I may have to leave class a little early to catch the ferry to
Okay.
Vermont.
Okay.
But
Super.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Surely it is. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Good morning. Please stand as you are able. And though we don't have these outside, we can create some blue skies in here. I think we can. I think we need to. Oh, they are. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. I never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. I think you should take it away, Ward. He's making some blue skies. All right, blue skies, let me hear it. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Nothing but blue skies from now on.
Good morning and welcome. Hey, people come from all over the place. You just never know who's going to drop in on a Sunday morning. My friend Shelley Lish already came to church and left. Um, um, she, they were in the area. She said, we have an appointment. We've got to get to Olympia, but I wasn't going to leave Mount Vernon without saying hi. I thought, how cool is that? Drop in for 5 minutes, drop in for a couple of hours, whatever. We're so happy you're here. Nice to see you, Mary Ellen. Yeah, thank you. And in 2 Sundays, or one, I get confused about days and times, it's going to be daylight savings time. The 5th, the I don't know, confuse me if you want to, but it's coming. And my clock knows how to change itself. God bless it. Yeah, I know, magic clock. So, good morning to you online, or good evening, or good afternoon, whenever you're here with us. We're so delighted that you would spend time and set aside a few moments to be with us in worship. Unity Skagit Valley is a community of beloveds who are committed and dedicated to spiritual growth, to the transformation of life, to the transformation of our hearts, our minds, our ways of seeing and being. This church has been around for a while, and I consider it one of life's best kept secrets. So when you have a chance and you meet someone and they seem to be of like mind, invite them to be here with you on a Sunday morning. Yes, it gets weird with me as the one who stands here in this place. I go in all directions to bring truth, what I hear as the living truth of the presence of God in all of life, in all expressions of life, here, there, and everywhere. And I reach for inspiration from within, and I research the work of others to find inspiration that will continue to inspire us on the path. What is it that can renew your way of seeing? We've seen so much. We've been around the block so many times. What is it that renews inspiration for you? Where do you find that spark within you that can be ignited by a truth that someone tells that you resonate with? A truth, I mean a universal truth, a divine truth, an unlimited truth of the goodness of life everywhere present. And so we welcome you both here in this wonderful place, and we welcome you wherever you might be, today or tomorrow or any day. There's one presence and one power, a unity affirmation, a truth, one of those universal, unlimited truths. There's one presence and one power active in my life, active in and through all life. One presence, one power, inherent in all people, inherent in all expressions of life, in the oceans, in the wonderful glowing experiences of that which we cannot necessarily reach or touch, but is nonetheless everywhere present. In nature, in all its forms and expressions, one presence, one power. In any place of upheaval, chaos, darkness, or doubt, one presence, one power, the presence of life itself, the presence of pure, undifferentiated love, the presence of a power that gives life its expression and manifestation, that we might experience the fullness of life. The presence of infinite wisdom that guides our steps, that speaks from within us to lead us and guide us through all things at all times. One infinite source present in all expressions of life, within, above, beneath, behind, beside, everywhere present. As we breathe and receive that coherent realization here in the midst of us, we proclaim that this day, as each day, is a day filled with divine order, and we are so very grateful. And so it is. Miss Louise.
Do you have a microphone?
I'm hooked to a microphone.
There's always a microphone.
Whoa. Do not.
I'm on.
Abundance.
Okay. Today's daily word is grace. And this is a beautiful one. I walk in grace and peace today. I give thanks for the activity of God in my life that appears as grace. This divine gift manifests as the beauty of the world and the people in it, and as the comforting presence of God within and around me each day. I do not have to do anything to earn grace because it does not result from my attitude or actions. It flows from the infinite love of God within every person and surrounding every circumstance. It is the indwelling presence that sustains me in challenging times and lifts me in good times. I accept grace with gratitude when I have stumbled along life's paths and received unexpected blessings. This boundless love fills my heart with bliss and peace. I live in the presence of infinite love, believing each unfolding event in my life is leading me to my highest good. And from Scripture, my grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Thank you.
So how's it going? Yes. Do you have a new car?
I got it from a little while ago, but I just usually park around the other side.
Bright blue with butterflies. Does that suit Ireland perfectly? Yeah, when you see it, you'll know who it belongs to. Yeah. Thanks for your music. Thanks for your blessing. Thank you, Ward, for always filling this place with music. Music makes us more than we tend to be. Music does something vibrationally and inwardly that changes us. And when we experience the gift of music, we can, if we will allow it, be carried into a different state, a different way of feeling and being. The two Richards are sitting together over here. If you're online, you cannot see this, but it sounds redundant to say Richard and Richard, but there's Richard and Richard, right? So friends gather here in this place, and we grow in our ability to love and care for one another in a variety of ways, and one of them is in prayer. Our prayer box may be small, but it has an unlimited capacity to support any one of us in our time of whatever it might be. Time of challenge, time of joy, time when we lose our keys, time when we think we may not know which way to go, or how to be, or what to do. Prayer is there for all of us, for each of us. So when you put your name in the prayer box, if you're in the sanctuary or in church, it goes into the prayer ministry and they pray with it for 30 days. It goes to Silent Unity, where it's blessed and prayed with for another 30 days. And so mighty prayer happens, and mighty manifestations happen out of the prayers that we offer and that we seek answers to. If you're not in the sanctuary with us, available prayer is always there for you through our online website. And that would be unitysv.org. I'm coming back an inch at a time. Yeah, there we are. This morning I want to touch on a couple of announcements. Well, several actually. Drumming with Lena on the 4th from 6 to 7:30. What a wonderful release of energy that must be for those of you. So it happened, which means it's coming up the first, whatever day that is, in November. So the board meeting happened. Jerry and Beth have trekked their way into Mexico and are I think on the path by now of settling into, with their dog Duncan, their new life experience for 6 months in Mexico. On Tuesday, this Tuesday, the 24th, from 11 to 12:30, I'm beginning a new class called The One Life We're Given. The book is by Mark Nepo. I don't know that you have to have the book, but it's a wonderful book. I like it very much. If you want to participate online in that class, you can find the information online. You can find the information from last week's Friday Focus. It has the link. And if push comes to shove, you can contact me directly and get my Zoom info. Zoom presented me with one of the great challenges of the week. I'm like, don't upgrade things and change everything and surprise me with it. You know, surprises are those things that we learn from frequently. And they changed the whole platform of the way it was working. But I worked it out, and with Dear Sky's help, we're up and running, and the link you've received works. So anyway, class on the 24th, 11 to 12:30. Prayer team's having a meeting that afternoon. Valerie Rose indicates that her Reiki session for this week is canceled. And next week is Potluck Sunday. Bring food. We love that. We do. Ooh. Halloween food. Strange and unusual, I can say that, to be sure. Every Sunday morning or every day of the week, however you bring yourself to center becomes one of the most important times we share. When you center, when you move away from all of this mind madness and move to center, you communicate to the entire community. You communicate beyond community here into what I call the global community. Anyone who will allow themselves to move from the realm of mental domination into the experience of the exquisiteness of center. And by center, I mean that sacred place within you that we would call your center. People say, well, where's my center? You know, where's my center? It's a really valid question because sometimes we find that the center that we can focus on most readily or easily is here in the crown. For someone else, center is here at what we call the cardioplexus, that wonderful heart center, we say. For another, it's in the softening of the belly and dropping down, if you will, in breath and willingness into that deeper aspect of your being where you're dropping from this into this softening. I would say, well, if I took you apart and took all the little cells out and, did all of that, would my center be there? I would say, well, your center is everywhere. Your center is everywhere present. It's not owned by one part of your body or being. It's everywhere. And so with breath and with that willingness, we allow ourselves to tap into how there's no place in us that's not our sacred center, because we are woven of the divine essence, the divine mystery, the divine substance that is all of life. There's no place where that is not present. And so if we imagined one tiny cell somewhere in your body, and we say, oh, just focus on that point and breathe, you would have access to that portal, if you will, into expanded awareness. It's not what happens here in the machination of the mind. It's happening everywhere. And with a willing intention, simply to allow that you are now and always in the everywhere presence of the One, it offers expansion. And suddenly you move into that feeling of deepening and allowing. And so as we prepare for meditation, the song this morning is, "How could anyone ever tell you you're anything less than beautiful?" Let's sing together.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? how deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
And so we engage in that subtle journey. We move our attention from the outer world to the deep pulsation of the spirit, the perfection, the oneness that is expressing as you. With your breath, and in that willingness, just willingness, not to have to do, but to allow spirit to do that which it does in you, through you, as you. There's no greater moment than that moment when we release and let go into the fullness of the one. Soften your body. Soften your body by breathing deeply and allowing your abdomen to soften and open. Which allows room for your cardiac plexus to open and relax. And your shoulders drop. And your neck and your jaw and your eyes your forehead relax and open. And you do it again, allowing the movement of the opening to flow through your back and down your arms, into your hips, all the way down your legs. Into your feet. I am filled with the fullness of the One. I am at one. I am at one with the very life force of life itself. In the entirety of my being, this flowing forth of the One is moving in and through every aspect of my being as that pure wisdom. The One knows. And it knows me intimately from before time. Throughout infinity, I am known and made manifest through the love and the power of the One. Perfect order moves mightily in and through every aspect of my being. Perfect order, a harmony, a mystery, a wonder. And it moves through me as me into every area of my life. Perfect order. Holy order. I ask for those things that are already given. The strength to move forward and do that which is to be done by me. I ask for that which is already given in unlimited supply. The substance, the essence of peace, comfort, fulfillment. I seek that which is already present, the light that shines with such brilliance that it cannot be extinguished by time, space, or condition. I seek to do that which is the very expression of the One in and through me. To bring forth the highest and the best of that which I'm being given. May I be guided as I offer this peace, this light, this blessing to the world. For that which I am and that which I have and that which is given to me so freely and constantly is the living truth in every aspect of life throughout this world and beyond. I offer blessing to the world. And I give thanks for all the blessings that are mine and present in the lives of those for whom we pray. In all things we affirm and declare that all is well. And so it is. Amen.
I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you say, all is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit, I am fed by the divine. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and is mine. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you say, all is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. I want to hear from Ward, because all is well when Ward's tickling the ivories, you know? Alright, sing this next part with me. All is well, you know it. Let me hear you say, all is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well and unfolding as it should.
So, we really don't ever know when things are going to happen in our lives. We think we know. You know, we put it together, we predict it, we don't know. All we know is that things are happening in our lives all the time. Something happened while we were in Seattle. I had been doing deep inner work about regrets that I held. Not angers, but regrets. Things that I had said, or things that I had done, or things at the time that seemed right but turned out really painfully for myself, or most especially for someone else. And reaching a point where I really was being visited by those things, not for self-punishment, but for healing on a deeper level. Wanting that healing, hungry for the healing, hungry for the letting go of those aspects or experiences. And, over the years of doing what I've done, and pretending to be conscious a lot of the time, feeling fraudulent about whether or not I was really in the space I said I was, or wanted to be, or could illustrate by 1,000 stories. Things happened along the way that were conscious or unconscious. Who knows when you reflect on things? Was it conscious or was it unconscious? Did I do that because I was in an unconscious state, or because I was conscious and did it anyway? Reflecting on motivation. So that was part of what was coming up for me, and I had a few things that were really I was just repeating the thought of them over and over and over again in that state of regret, and wanting there to be a healing of some kind or another. So when we were preparing to go to Seattle, and then during the time there, someone that I had regret about was coming to Seattle to visit, a friend of mine. And she asked if we could get together and while she was in town. And I said it would mean everything to me. And so the day came, it was on the calendar, and the day came, and I'm wanting with my whole being, everything in me, and at that point, I was pretty flattened from all the treatment, and so really emotional and really vulnerable, but really from the deepest place in me, wanting to say anything I ever did or said that hurt you in any way. I am so very sorry. And I want more than anything for you to know that my love has never wavered down through time. And that was true. So the day came, and it was time for them to come. And I had had a conversation with Kay, and it was like, I don't know what to do. I don't, more than anything, I want something to be healed is not even the word, transmuted. I wanted it to be transmuted. And they walked in the door, and we wrapped our arms around each other. and hugged and sobbed and hugged and sobbed and held and hugged and sobbed for 2 hours, 3 hours. I couldn't stop holding each other's hand, hand on knee, hand on back, hand on, like I want this moment to be so much more than I can ever speak to you. Everything in me moved to not what happened. I couldn't even remember the story of what happened because the love was so powerful that it was the only thing that mattered in that moment. Just that we were tangibly given the experience, guided to the experience where that could happen and that kind of healing could take place, or transmutation, if you will. And it freed something for me. And it freed a whole lot of other things that were going on at the same time. It wasn't just one thing was suddenly freed and forgiven. There were all these attachments around it that also had regrets and had moments of unworkability and what was said or what was done or how it happened. And somehow in that moment, in the presence of that kind of profound love and forgiveness, all those other things fell away. Like one act of pure, humbled mercy and grace released all those other dangling regrets. A huge healing had taken place, and I thought, I don't think that's just personal. I think this has to be bigger than what I can make up about it. And I realized that the most important thing to me was not to fix it or get over it, but to become transparent to the love that was present but unseen in those moments when there was distance or unworkability or judgment or distance. The power of forgiveness is life-changing, always. When we literally move into that state of being where forgiveness takes over and we can't help ourselves. Love is more important than holding on to whatever that was any longer. That's a huge moment in time. It's a revelation. It's a holy instant. It changes everything. But to be forgiven is a whole other thing. It has a whole other way of manifesting. So forgiveness over the years, so many things, forgiven, let go, forgiven, let go. Some come back, we do it again, we forgive, we do it again. We understand that the things that we hold on to us. They become our imprisonment. Those things we can't release or won't release become our own bondage, if you will, and stuck energies that want to be released. And I find down through time that the willingness to forgive is often present for me. Um, um, it shows up in me because holding on doesn't work so well. But this other aspect, and I don't know how else to describe it, but to say it's another facet of love, the forgiveness that's given, offered, that we receive, that someone is experiencing enough love to open the door that there can be that healing on a deeper level. It doesn't always come with an I'm sorry, but it comes with an honesty. It comes with, I recognize the harm I've done, and instead of I want to forgive you, which is very benevolent and can be very pie in the sky kind of, oh, let me forgive you for everything you've done. This is a whole other place where our most vulnerable desire, our most transparent need for mercy is revealed in a way that we could never have imagined or dreamed, because someone's heart is wide enough or expansive enough to move beyond a story, to say, I love you, and it doesn't matter what happened 12 years ago or 15, or if it matters, it no longer has any merit. It has no weightiness to it. You're not stuck with it anymore. So then it took me back to the realization that when I do that for someone else, when I offer that for someone else, the incredible moment that is, the incredible occurrence it is when I seek that. It's out of this world, yes, and it's offered, but when I give that, how powerful it is for the other one who receives it. Because from that place of more love than anything, no more story, no more blame, no more judgment, no more BS, no more of the this or the that or the whatever. That moment when we can stand in the purity of our own heart and not just receive, but in the purity of our own heart to offer. When Jesus said, "Blessed are the merciful," he's offering an opportunity for us to be aware that we have a capacity for mercy, both given and received, that is the very love of the universe at its deepest level of expression. And that forgiveness becomes one of the most powerful states of being there can be. And when we can't do that, what we shut down is our own life force energy. Because we really do adhere to those ideas and thoughts. You say, well, yes, I understand. I understand what you're saying, that this business of mercy is powerful. But when we look at the formative factors of our lives and the way we've learned to be, and we explore the experiences we have, frequently the last thing we want to do is to completely humble ourselves into a state of mercy, into a state of pure, sincere transparency of being. Having been around for a while, I've experienced moments in time when forgiveness showed up in a moment. And that's how I love to speak of it. Forgiveness showed up in a moment, not because I created it, but because the presence was there. It's one of the most pure, powerful moments I've ever witnessed. And I know it as a possibility, not just in the way I am with others, but the way I am with others on behalf of the whole. The chaos in our world, the chaos in our lives, the ways in which we're stretched and stressed and pulled and acting out of those behaviors, those thoughts, those actions that are so divisive and diminishing. Those aspects are in and through the collective. And when forgiveness shows up, when it dawns in consciousness and moves through us, not because we made it happen, but because it's what's always present, it changes everything. And the stories that we have about how our lives are transformed in those moments when forgiveness is both given and or received mean everything. They change the whole texture of life. So we look at the world and we say, well, look what's going on out there. Who's gonna open their heart in the middle of that war? Or in the middle of that aspect? Who's gonna open their heart? And yet, in all of those conflicts, there are stellar individuals who I hear say, what we have to do is learn how to be with each other in a different way, in the love that transcends all things, not just in our differentiation, but in our unity, in our oneness. Until we can dwell together in another state of consciousness. Kathleen's here today, but Ireland, you know, in the abject pain and destruction that has taken place in Ireland, and the reparations that have gone on. In South Africa, it doesn't look very clear right now, but and in other areas of Africa and other areas around the world where atrocities led to reparations and a work to transform at depth the capacity to offer a new way of seeing and being based on forgiveness rather than a continued hatred, a continued division, a continued pain, a continued loss. If we can see it outside ourselves happening with others, we can see it inside ourselves happening as something we're willing for in our personal lives, in our families, in the way we are with others, in the way we use our words, in the way we direct our thoughts, in the judgments we hold, in the ways in which we assault ourselves, and allow that to spill over into the way in which we're living our lives. There's a constant possibility for the kind of healing that I experienced with my friend Stefana, which changed me. I don't know if my mind goes, maybe I'll forget, but my heart will never forget the grace that was present in that moment. Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are those who can rise to a place where we don't have to be the same or even see the same world or things, but that the heart and the power of love that moves through us transcends all those things, even as we stand in our own unique ways of being. So I made lists of aspects that we have trouble forgiving. Betrayal, so often betrayal. Violence, loss of trust, violation of trust. The experiences that plant themselves around us, that condition us to see the lesser rather than the more. Buying into the limitation of what I am able or not able to be or do. The belief that love has been withheld or broken. My love, robbed of my love. The ways in which we simply do something without any intention to do harm. And yet, there's residue. You can feel the residue of it. And maybe we want to quickly say, oh, I'm so sorry I said that or did that. Or maybe what we want to look at is how our own pain is controlling the way in which we are expressing ourselves. And that it's not so much about we want to say, I'm sorry, I did that because I am sorry. And yet, what I'm really seeing in the midst of that is my own pain, my own fear. And then I look at the idea of mercy for self in the investigation of what I believe life is offering me, when in fact what life is offering me is always a deeper opportunity for more love. I don't talk a lot about forgiveness, actually, on Sundays, because I don't really know how to explain the merciful nature of divine presence that is setting us free moment by moment. But when we can attune to that, we discover that there's very little we have to hang on to, and that freedom is there. Freedom is always there when I allow it. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to say any more about it. Yeah. I actually didn't know whether I was going to talk about it this morning because it was so precious and so powerful. But as I said, I was really in a vulnerable state at that point. Blood counts were low, body couldn't function, stuff was not going well. And here is this delivery right to the door of everything I needed, and how grateful am I. Yesterday I got a card from somebody who had left the church in Santa Barbara at the near end of my time there. And we had been really close. She was somebody, a great friend, somebody I had been really close to. And she left the church over some squirrely thing that happened, squirrely thing. And I hadn't seen her for a long time. And yesterday I got a card from her that told me who I was to her. And I thought, life wants to love us so much. Life just wants to cherish and love us so much. And we're given so much if we will allow it to be so. And you never know when something's coming in your mailbox. You never know when somebody's going to say something that just blows your heart open for a minute. But know that it's always there, even on the hardest days. It's always there. Love offering. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Ready? We could put a bowl in the back of the room, and people could give as they choose, and they're coming and going. I love it that we actually have the bags and pass them because it's very tangible, and it's a shared community experience. So when we do our love offering blessing, we are grateful for that which we have. We are grateful for that which we have had. We are grateful for that which is coming. Most of all, we are grateful for what is always blessing us abundantly. I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. And so it is. Gotta go. Do we have a child? Do we have a small person in the back room? Hided away? So we don't have a kid. We don't have a Sky? Well, Shoot. Whatever, whatever. We flow with the tides, friends. Well, how would you like to bless each other? Will somebody stand up and lead it? How about that?
Children of light.
We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. Well, that was sweet. Thank you, Betsy. It is important. So, anybody have any great news they'd like to just give for a minute? Anybody got a great thing going on? Come on. No great things? Yes, Sam.
We found our printer cable.
Oh, yay! Yay, you. Yeah. Oh, you went to the symphony? Oh, wonderful. Oh. McIntyre? How wonderful. McIntyre? Is that where? Yeah. Well, anybody who's of a consciousness, maybe you can send energy for me to find my iPad cord. So if it worked for you, yeah, Kat.
So while we're sitting here in church, I was texting a little bit with a friend, I apologize, but it is important.
Mhm.
Took my refrigerator off the porch and got rid of it for me.
Oh, yay. Well, if that's what you wanted, we love. Richard, good news?
I'm going to California
Yeah.
tomorrow to see my niece who is from Australia.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I've never met her.
Well,
Grown
wonderful.
up people, you know.
Wonderful. Have a great journey and a wonderful visit. Cleo.
One of my bestie, dearest friends, a couple that moved to Missouri, and he's been challenged with cancer and healed, and now it's lung cancer. And he and his wife decided to come here for the week. And
Oh,
I'm going
nice.
to see it tonight,
Oh, lovely.
and it's possible to be the last time. But
Yeah.
I just feel immense love
Mm-hmm.
around the whole thing.
Yep.
It's
Good.
just that.
Just the perfect thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the perfect thing. All right. Oh, Kimmy.
I love everybody here.
Oh. We love you so much, so much. And Gail, coffee smelled wonderful this morning. Coffee's ready. Vicki.
Yesterday I woke up and my stomach pain was gone.
Oh, yes, answered prayer. Yay. Good job. Good job, God. What else could we ask for? Yeah, that was, and she was cleaning up our yard with that stomach pain going on. So, bless you. Thank you. All right, you guys. This is it for this week. And the question we would leave with perhaps is, what is it I would like to transform in my life? With just a thought, a prayer, a willingness for forgiveness, for release, for reconciliation, whatever is possible. Let's do our prayer for protection and our peace song. How about that? Did I miss anything? It could happen. It might happen. Okay. Let's stand and do the prayer for protection. There you go. and our peace song.